Clash of the Titans. Two fierce warriors on the court, one accuses the other of trash-talking about her lack of education, and suddenly, post-match, they explode in a heated face-off that could change tennis forever. Smash that subscribe button now for Aussie Sports Central, your ultimate hub for explosive sports drama. Day 4 at the US Open 2025 just turned into a battlefield, and we're breaking down the jaw-dropping confrontation between Jelena Ostapenko and Taylor Townsend. The match itself was a rollercoaster. Ostapenko, the fiery Latvian, faced off against the powerful American Townsend in a second-round clash that had the crowd on edge from the first serve. Ostapenko started strong, breaking Townsend early in the first set with a vicious backhand that screamed down the line. But Townsend, with her explosive ground strokes, clawed back, forcing errors and leveling the score at 4-4. Could the underdog pull off the upset? Surprise hit when Townsend unleashed a monster forehand winner, breaking Ostapenko for the first time and taking a 6-5 lead, the arena erupting in cheers. Ostapenko, unfazed, held her serve in a tense game, pushing it to a tiebreak where her aggression shone through. In the tiebreak, Townsend's serve faltered under pressure, and Ostapenko pounced with a stunning lob that left everyone gasping. Set point converted, 7-6. The second set ramped up the intensity. Townsend came out firing, breaking Ostapenko right away with a cross-court rocket. Ostapenko's frustration boiled over, a rare unforced error giving Townsend a double break advantage. Fans whispering, "Is the favorite cracking?" But hold on, Ostapenko mounted a comeback, her net rushes turning the tide, breaking back to make it 3-2 in a rally that lasted over 20 shots. The drama peaked when Townsend saved 3 breakpoints with sheer willpower, her grunts echoing through Louis Armstrong Stadium. Ostapenko, however, sealed the set with an ace clocking 110 miles per hour, winning 6-4 and shifting momentum like a tidal wave. Into the third set, both players were exhausted, sweat pouring, but Townsend's resilience kept her in it, holding serve in a grueling game. Cliffhanger alert, at 3-3, Ostapenko double-faulted on a crucial point, handing Townsend the edge. Could this be the turning point? Surprise twist, Townsend, known for her power, started mixing in slices, confusing Ostapenko and breaking for a 4-3 lead. The Latvian roared back, her forehand a blur, breaking immediately and leveling at 4-4, the crowd roaring in disbelief. As the set wore on, errors mounted, but Ostapenko's mental toughness prevailed, holding in a marathon game to go up 5-4. Match point arrived. Townsend fought valiantly, but Ostapenko's drop shot sealed it, 6-4 in the third, advancing in a 7-6, 6-4, 6-4 epic. But the real fireworks? Post-match at the net, what started as a handshake turned into a verbal showdown that stunned everyone. Townsend, mic in hand for her on-court interview, dropped the bomb. Ostapenko had trash-talked her during the match, saying she had no education. The crowd hushed as Townsend recounted the exchange, her voice steady but laced with fire. Ostapenko allegedly muttered it after a heated point. Ostapenko, still on court, overheard and marched over, confronting Townsend directly. "You think that's funny? Explain yourself." Townsend stood her ground, replying that it was disrespectful, especially in a sport of respect. The tension crackled like electricity. Aussie Sports Central here, capturing every pulse-pounding moment from the US Open. Keep watching for more insider scoops. Officials rushed in to separate them, but not before Ostapenko fired back, claiming it was a misunderstanding twisted by the heat of battle. Eyewitnesses say the confrontation lasted over a minute, with both players gesturing wildly, the audience divided in their cheers. This isn't the first time Ostapenko's fiery personality has sparked controversy. Remember her past outbursts that divided fans? Townsend, a mother and trailblazer, has always spoken out against negativity, making this clash deeply personal. Social media exploded instantly, with #Ostapenko Townsend trending worldwide, debates raging on who was right. Surprise revelation, insiders whisper that during a changeover, the comment was louder than thought, aimed to rattle Townsend's confidence. Ostapenko later released a statement, downplaying it as competitive banter, but Townsend's response? Pure class, calling for unity in women's tennis. The US Open Committee is reviewing footage, hinting at possible fines. Will this lead to a suspension or just a slap on the wrist? Other matches paled in comparison today. Alcaraz's advance feels tame next to this raw emotion. As the sun sets on Flushing Meadows, one thing's clear: this feud could simmer into future encounters, adding spice to the tour. What if they meet again in a major? The rematch would be must-watch television. Earlier, we saw Sabalenka's dominance, but nothing matched this interpersonal drama. Townsend's post-match tears? Not from loss, but from standing up, a moment of empowerment that inspired many. Ostapenko's talent is undeniable, but her words? They might cost her in the court of public opinion. Wrapping this wild tale, the US Open 2025 delivers not just scores, but stories that grip the soul. Thanks for tuning into Aussie Sports Central. Subscribe now for all the unfiltered sports action you crave.